Okay, I'm going to try this again. Hi, it's me, Patricia Cori, coming to you from the Azores, where we're having horrific weather. I'm in a rain cloud now for about a week. We had a little one-day sun breakthrough, and I posted the most awesome sunrise. If you saw my picture on Facebook, my main picture is this sunrise that is just to die for. But most of the time here, in the last week or two, it's just been ridiculous. I want some more sun, man. Hi, everybody. Sarah, Elsie. How you doing, Elsie? Greg, Pedro. Let me just say hello to everybody before I really get rolling. Fig, hey, how you doing? I imagine you're freezing your rocks off. I really hope you're taking good care of yourself. Hi, Pedro. How are you? Hi, Gerald. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not even sure why I'm online. I just said, well, it's been a while. I think I'll just pop in and say hello to everybody in this new calendar year and talk about sticking with positive people, because mamma mia, the negativity. So I thought I'd bring you an inspirational moment. It's not quite a moment of Zen, although knowing how I am, it'll probably turn into a 30-minute dissertation. But I did want to speak to the question of surrounding yourself with not necessarily positivity. I'm not suggesting that we don't acknowledge all of the problems that exist, and in fact have always been an advocate for looking at everything, and that's never going to change. But man, let's really eliminate some of these negative people. I am doing wonderful feng shui on my connection with people. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for tuning in. And the perennial negativity, I don't need to rehash the, hi, Mikey. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Dawn. Oh, all over the world, you guys. I was saying how much I abhor political correctness and remind people that this is a policy, this is deliberate, this is Fahrenheit 451 of language. It is making everything wonderful and sweet politically incorrect. I've recently heard that it's politically incorrect to say thank you now because it puts the other person at a feeling of disadvantage because they have to be thanked. And it's like, aside from the obvious insanity of this, it is such an agenda. And I see through it. I hope you see through it too. It's like silence people to everything that is beautiful, innocent, culturally, Christmas. Christmas is absolutely unmentionable. I'd love to know why everybody's so, and yet it's fine to bring the satanic verse into the kindergarten schools for the children, right? And to hear that you can't sing sleigh bells in the snow, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas because that's racist, shows a definitive policy, an agenda, widespread, to absolutely break down society. So that's why everywhere, no matter what I do, I say I'm determined to be politically incorrect and proud of it, and I really recommend that to you. And that the minute I hear somebody say I'm offended, they're gone. Because it is not my intention to offend anyone. And if they choose to get into that posture, that offended posture, they can go. They can go not want to hear from me ever again. And that's quite all right with me. I refuse, and you know it, to censor, as is the agenda, every word I say, to the point that I say nothing at all. And oh, wow, what a great way to silence anything resembling opposition to the agenda by making us believe that it's incorrect or offensive to have an idea or a word. Really offensive to say thank you, or to hear that on college campuses they've got lists now of expressions that you can't use because they're racially inappropriate and all blah, 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 for God's sakes. So anyway, I'm coming to you today, and as you see by the big smile, I'm happy. It's a new year. I've got big plans this year, and one of them is I'm going to film school because I'm tired of waiting for the film industry to come to me. So I'm going to take a film course in London and get the gist. And then I think I've already mentioned this on Facebook, but I'd like to get a community project, do a first low budget film with all of you on subjects that matter, instead of trying to push through the wall, the brick wall that is the entertainment industry, to bring out a story that has some heart and soul. And so that's what I've got cooking, one of my big things. And I did want to come to you because to remind you, my Egypt trip is coming up in April, and I've got one place left for one woman traveler who wants a roommate. So if any of you, lots of fence sitters, but if you think this might be for you, please, please get in touch with me. And for God's sakes, just come to Egypt before it disappears. I also have, I have to interrupt myself to give my love to Elsie. Good girl, Elsie. I'm rooting for you. You know that. Strong, strong woman. And, you know, let me give a shout out. Elsie has had some health issues. And so all of you wonderful healers, if you could put some prayers out there and send some light to Elsie Sim, I know she won't resent me inviting you to do that. So anyway, there's that. And then I've got the dolphin swims in June, and that's here in my beautiful Azores, which today is gray and rainy, and my feet are cold. For God's sakes, bring on the sun. Right. Well, before I go, because I'm not going to make this a long dissertation, I just originally I wanted to come to you to talk about getting rid of negative people. Surround yourself with positive people. And that doesn't mean they're in la la land and refuse to talk about the issues of our lives. But come on, man, let's bring some energy into this reality, some newborn energy. It's a new year. Let's stop believing that we can't fix it, because there's so much of that energy. I mean, I was talking about on Facebook about, hi, Joseph, thank you, love you back. How pleased I was to see that Putin had enacted legislature to protect the animals. Really strong energy, strong wording, strong legislature for the animals, which I was glad to see. And the comments, one of them was, well, yeah, but how does he treat gays? Another one was, he's the culprit for everything. And I'm like, people, stop being, subjected to CIA propaganda and the agenda propaganda. And better yet, question yourself when you go immediately to the no place. No good, never work, bad past. It's like, there is no such thing as a non-crooked politician. By the nature of the situation, means they're all corrupt. Come on. You don't get into these positions because you're just a nice guy. And if you believe that, you're delusional. However, what we need to look at is, regardless of the pasts of these people, what are they doing now? Is there anybody doing anything now that's good for the planet, good for their people, good for the dolphins, the whales, the country, the globe? And I have to say, and I don't want to single out Putin, but, I'm so relieved to see somebody doing legislature that's good. And Trump, who, needless to say, is the most controversial figure in the history of planet Earth, does a lot of things that really irritate me. His ecological policies suck. However, he's anti-vaccines. He's pushing against the big pharma. And for that, I applaud him. And so when we talk about politics, we do need to talk about it. We can't just talk about love and light and spiritual hoo-ha. We need to talk about our world. And when we talk about it, let's do this with as little emotion as possible, which is something I posted also on my page. Let's not talk about whether you hate or love somebody. We won't even talk about how much you hate the way they look or their yellow hair or whatever that nonsense is. But let's talk about policy. What is being done? Is there anything going through here that we can grasp in our hands and say, okay, here's something good, here's something hopeful? Or are we just going to say, oh, well, he's not good to gays. Oh, well, he's really corrupt. Oh, well, he's in the past, he, murdered small children. It's like, people, if you are a light worker, if you are believe in that spirit can win, then for God's sakes, hold on, look at the good. Surround yourself with people who are visionaries, who are doers, who believe in the yes answer, and pull yourself up. Do something good. My mantra is be a lighthouse, for God's sake, and help enforce the fact that of course there is hope for this planet. Now, right now, we don't have the leadership on this planet. It's just embarrassing. I mean, if Captain Kirk were to take a look, I don't think he'd even want to land here. And as I said in a message, we all want Captain Kirk, but he doesn't exist. We want the perfect saint. We want the ultimate inspired, integrity focused soul to lead the way. Well, you know what? It has to be us. And it's easy just to say, oh, it's all broken, we can't fix it, or, oh, he's bad, or he's disgusting. And I am, by the way, real tired of hearing the word scumbag and this name calling. On the one hand, you're telling me that you had, meditation and you did the DNA activation. And the next thing you're calling somebody a scumbag? Yeah, what's wrong with that picture? So please take time to reflect on who's around you, what you're allowing into your consciousness, and, surround yourself with people who are doers, who are visionaries, who believe in the yes answer, who don't get offended if you say, thank you. Believe being offended by somebody who says thank you? I mean, seriously. And make your life work. It gives something to the planet. One of the things that I'm seeing that drives me crazy is a lot of youth, and I probably going to get I'm offended comment for that, who are so self-absorbed. They're not giving anything back to the planet. And on the other hand, I see lots of innovation, wonderful new ideas coming from the youth. So let us all be innovators, surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. Build up that base, that positive base. It's more than just being able to say love and light and empty words now. Do good. Believe in good. If you're not out there an active part of the community, believe in goodness. Let yourself look at a legislature from Putin, and instead of saying, oh yeah, but Russia is and say, well, wow, this is good for the animals. Yay! One small step for the animals. Hurrah! And then somebody said, yeah, but he hunts for animals. Yeah, come on. Okay, one good step for the domestic animals, and now come on, Putin, let's see you outlaw hunting too, and push for that. See it, visualize it, because the war is on, gang. The war is on for planet Earth, and we will win it. The light wins. It wins. And I believe that, and despite, there's not an inch of this poor planet that's not in some kind of turmoil, and still, I believe it, the essence of my core. The essence of my core may be a very strange metaphor, but whatever. And I also believe what I hear from the Syrian High Council, they haven't been wrong yet, is one of the themes of the new book. And I truly, truly, truly see it. The change is painful. Change is difficult. Change is fraught with all kinds of chaos. But we came here to make change. And it starts with surrounding ourselves with positive people, doers, believers. And I'm not talking about religion. I don't care about religion. I'm talking about believing in goodness, believing in winning, believing in the light, really believing it. I don't want to hear the words. I want to see the light. And I see it in many of you. And I hope you see it in me. And let's surround ourselves with more and more and more and more. And let's celebrate whatever we get from these government people. I personally like Putin. I think he says things I want to hear. He's working on biological agriculture. He's outlawing GMOs. Do the same with Trump. I mean, he's a mess, this man. But he's also doing good things. Let's try to stay as unemotional as possible. Examine everything. And push, support what we believe is right. What we believe has integrity. And what we believe is morally the way to do things. And thanks, Lori. Edgar Casey said Russia will save the world. I think they've already saved it at least once. I really believe we've averted nuclear holocaust, not thanks to the United States. But I remember when I was a little girl, no, even actually when I was in college and there was this big anti-Russia thing going on, I saw a child with a t-shirt that said, "Fuck Russians." I went, what kind of parent would put a "Fuck Russians" t-shirt on her baby? And it bothered me. And I talked to my mother, who has always been the light of my life. And she said, "Honey, someday Russia will save the world." And so thanks, Lori, for your comment. Somebody's got to save this world, for God's sakes. And so let us support any political figure that takes actions that are good for the planet. Let's throw a Yahoo out to this person. And rather than immediately condemn it, immediately say, "Oh yeah, but he's bad for the blah, 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 he's bad for gays." And, it's like, he may even be gay. So that's not part of the equation. If I'm talking about, wow, look at this, Putin outlawed animal cruelty, it's got nothing to do with his posture on gays. It's another conversation for another day. Meanwhile, we've got a dribble here. We've got a crumb. We've got something to cling to, something good. And I invite you to talk it up and share it and celebrate it and feel it. Feel the goodness. Yay. All right. We're getting something here. We can't always fight. We can't always petition. We can't always rally in other ways. But we can anchor that goodness and say, well, here's one small step for humanity. And let there be many more. So that is my feel-good message for the day. I guess it is a moment of Zen with Patricia Cori. And I want to thank you always, because you're just wonderful. And tell you that I'm always thinking of everyone out there. I have a very isolated life now. And so all of you really fill my heart. And I'm glad you're there. Okay? So get tough, get going. Remove the emotional garbage that's being inculcated in your mind of why you should or should not like someone. And just listen to what they're saying, and then do those words result in actions that are good, that are good in your opinion. And if they are, celebrate that, and don't let yourself be sucked down by the negative people who refuse to see anything but negativity. I refuse to succumb to negativity. Okay, so remember, guys, that's my message for today. Thank you all. Hi, Erin. Oh, nice to have you on the other side of the stream. Lloyd Bart. Hi, Lloyd. Nice to hear from you. Lori, Cassia, Stellar, Gail. Thank you all. Thank you all for being there and tuning in. And off I go. is that sun I see? Hoo-wah! There's a hint of sun in this rainy day. Must be all the good vibes. Oh, the dogs get it. Okay, it's time to go out. Yes, it's sun. How auspicious that the sun would rise on the tail of this conversation. Love to you. Don't forget, one more space on Egypt. Man, this is going to be a journey of journeys. And then I'm going to start really opening up the registrations for dolphins and a return to Atlantis here in my beautiful, now sunny Azores, Atlantis. Bye, guys. Take care. Be good. Be strong. Be clear. And be politically uncorrect. And I know that's not the grammatical way to say it, but it's the way it has to be said. Be politically uncorrect. Take care. Bye.